Coming up on the Sam Jack Talks Back VMN Videos vlog, we talk about all the new content coming out. We talk about the vitamins I like to take and some nutritional advice. Take it or leave it. I'd like to know your regimen as well. We talk about our trip to Kansas City and why I've been out of the loop and out of the vlog for a week or so. And we also talk a little bit about my editing process and using AI and online tools to help navigate the editing and publishing of my podcast and other stuff. All that more next on the Sam Jack Talks Back VMN Videos vlog. Here we go. Welcome back to Sam Jack Talks Back, the VMN Videos vlog. Yes, that's right. I put out, I always say the royal we, whatever, you know what I mean? The latest episode of Thrift Store Finds has been out for a week or so, and it was a doozy. Thrift Store Finds, if you're not familiar, is a vinyl haul. I get a vinyl from the thrift store, and I play with you a album every episode. I rate it. I judge the songs, the composition. I look for samples. It's really fun. Check it out. And this one was pretty tricky because it was not a musical album. It was a record version of Fawlty Towers, the British sitcom from the late 70s, early 80s, starring John Cleese. Very, very silly. But it was tough. I mean, I found some samples, but it's like really tough to get through all of it because, if I were to listen to each episode completely all the way through and then find samples, I mean, the episode itself that I made of Thrift Store Finds episode of these, there's an episode on each side. So there's 2 episodes. They were each like 22 minutes long. The episode's like, over an hour and 30 minutes. So I do a deep dive. There's little chunks and snippets that you will see on my YouTube Shorts feed. So check that out. Over here in the iCard, you can see the link to the episode and some shorts. And coming out today, the same day that this vlog is coming out, is my latest episode of the podcast, the Sam Jack Podcast. I'm not a professional, wait, I am, with Afe Ayana. We thank her so much for coming on the show. Really great conversations about being an actor, an artist, a singer, a body coach, really in touch with body work and breathing exercises. And also she's been a producer, a content strategist, events planner, production coordinator. She's multifaceted, multi-talented, really great conversation. So check out the link and the rest of the episodes of the Sam Jack Podcast. We got more episodes coming up. We've got great interviews with Tone Oliver, who's a videographer, filmmaker, and entrepreneur, rapper. Really great guy. Had a good conversation in his studio at Oak Stop. Shout out to Oak Stop. We have a great conversation with Beto Lopez, who's another filmmaker. Shout out Moon Cricket Films. He's also a professional roller skater, and he's also a collector like me, loves the retro toys, and he's also a spokesperson for Bumpbox. So we're going to have those episodes coming out down the way in the next couple months. We also have other interviews lined up. Drew Jones, she's a sports announcer, broadcaster, and I worked with her at the Oakland Athletics, and she has now just really grown. She is the play-by-play announcer for the Santa Cruz Warriors broadcast, so kudos to her. And we will also have a conversation with Jay Walker, who's a producer, DJ out of Reno, Nevada. And I met him at the EP Lounge in Reno, where it's a vinyl bar. They have great DJ sets. There's a coffee shop next door that sells records. But every month they have a producer open mic where you can bring in your device, your controller, your computer, your laptop, whatever beats you have. You have 5-10 minutes to showcase your beats. And I actually went up there and it was great. This was while I was working out there. Um, and I brought my big old MPC 2500 and a Korg Electribe. These are standalone hardware devices from the 90s and early 2000s, and I played some beats. It was great. It was good to get out there. I actually got a little nervous at the end and thought they were kind of waiting for me to stop, so I hard pulled my stuff. I didn't do a smooth transition to the next guy, but we developed a connection there, and he said he wanted to come on the show, so excited for that. So that's what's coming down the way with the podcast and other content. There is more thrift store finds coming up. I've got a new episode coming out, I believe next week. And it's a good album. Rare Sounds was the album, which, it's just like a random album. I don't think it was officially published. It was like a local publisher or something, but it's got great rhythm and blues from the 50s, kind of early rock and roll, rhythm and blues stuff. When I say rhythm and blues, not modern R&B, because the name is a little, the name connotes something different of the modern day music. Anyways, great episode that's coming up. But yeah, I also want to talk a little bit about my nutritional routine. I like to take vitamins when I can. I've got a whole tray of these vitamins here. It's hard to see. They slide down. Let's see if I can't. Let's see. Yeah. So I've got flaxseed in here. Want to talk a little bit about the benefits of what I take. I have a multivitamin that I take, and yes, I try to take one for plus 45 men. Yeah, so spirulina is something that I take, which is an algae supplement, blue algae supplement, historically consumed by the Aztecs, which I didn't know, which is kind of a cool fact. But it is a superfood, and it's really high in protein and iron. It's rich in vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. So it's really good to take for that. Really good in nutrients. It's a complete protein, good source of B vitamins, iron, magnesium, potassium, and beta carotene. Antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. It helps immune support. Flax, of course, is helpful with some of that as well. Helps reduce inflammation. It improves skin health. Flax oil is also, it's rich in omega-3 fatty acid, which is really good. And it can't manufacture on its own. It supports gut wellness too, and also nerve protection. So yeah, I take a supplement of that. Some of these things, of course, you can find in your diet, and I'm very thankful to eat more or less pretty well. Sometimes I don't always eat the healthiest. Shout out to my wife, who makes wonderful, nutritious meals. I cook when I can, but she is, she's not. We're both breadwinners in our own sense, but I like to say breadwinner because she makes all the food. She makes great bread too, but she makes I know breadwinner means something else, but I like to use it in that phrase. I just sort of made that up. I don't know. But I'm thankful that she makes really home cooked, slow foods, nutritional foods, really great. And she takes her time, she takes her care. And so I'm really lucky that we have those good nutrient rich foods. We grow a lot of foods in our garden, but it's also good to take these supplements just in case. Sometimes I'm, working and don't always eat the best, and, just good because, whatever you don't use, your body will flush out. So sometimes it's good to take extra just in case. So that's flax. I take a turmeric supplement. That also is good for inflammation, helps ease joint pain, which I have just from wear and tear on the body, and, working a lot on my feet and with my hands and whatnot. So it's also an antioxidant support. It improves mood and memory, and it can support digestion as well. So that's some benefits of turmeric. I take a B12 vitamin supplement, which is good for energy. It helps just overall, it helps convert food into cellular energy. It can help support the creation of healthy red blood cells. And again, it's a more nervous system support. So that's why I take a B12. Milk thistle is another supplement that comes from daisies and ragweed. Helps support your liver, cell regeneration. It stimulates protein synthesis and regenerate damaged liver tissue. And any of you heavy drinkers out there, I don't know anything about that, right? And enzyme regulation, and it helps lower elevated liver enzymes, and it can also help with blood sugar content and reduce fasting blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity. I take an enzyme supplement as well, and that again is helps break down your food, and it helps fat absorption and digestion, and it breaks down proteins and it helps break down proteins into amino acid and assists with digesting lactose, digesting dairy. And yeah, so that's some good benefits of the enzyme. I also take a potassium supplement because I'm not always eating my bananas and other things that are high in bananas. Avocados, I try to eat bananas and avocados when I can, of course. I love avocado. Sweet potatoes and potatoes are good for them. Spinach, Swiss chard, beet greens, I guess. Lentils, salmon, and tuna. Those are all good forms of potassium. But, again, not always eating that 100%. So this is a good way to supplement that. And it corrects low levels. Let's see. Helps with blood pressure control and helps reduce and prevent kidney stones. So those are some of the things that I take. And again, like I said, I take a multivitamin, and occasionally I'll take a ginkgo berry supplement, which is also good for brain function and mood overall, and green tea supplement. So just thought I'd share with you what vitamins you take. I'd be curious. Leave a comment down below. And hey, maybe you're taking something that's a waste of time. Why are you doing that, right? So anyways, just wanted to share that. Also, one of the reasons that the vlog has taken a while to come out is we were in Kansas City for about 5 or 6 days. So that was good. Our family member and niece graduated high school, so we want to celebrate her, and great to see the family. Cool to be out in the Midwest. It was a little muggy. Thankfully, it wasn't super hot. It was actually kind of stormy. It didn't really rain too much. It poured on the last night we were there. We had to get up early and go to the airport, and there was a tornado warning, but luckily there's a window. We got to the airport before it got bad and got back to the West Coast. But great to see the family, great to see their community and extended family, and great to catch up with everyone. The niece that graduated, her older brother, our nephew, is getting into film, broadcasting, production, doing some corporate and commercial shoots. He shot his own feature-length film, so I'm super proud of him, and I'd like to nurture that and work with him if I can, as well as our niece that's also doing acting and producing and learning how to edit and stuff. So really want to nurture that next generation, especially because they're family members. So it'll be interesting to see what they develop and where they go, and the ways that we can work together and I can support them. So that's where we're at in the last couple days. Good to get out some Kansas City barbecue. We had a pool at the hotel, so it was fun to go swimming there, and didn't do too much other than catch up with family and stuff. But it was just good to kind of change the scenery and reconnect with family. So that's just an update on personal life. And switching over to more professional stuff, just share with you, I've talked a little bit about it on this vlog as well. Just basically, my editing process and how I've been incorporating AI and some online tools. So I talked a little bit before about Opus Clip. I'm actually not using Opus Clip anymore because last time I used Opus Clip was a long time ago, and they would it was really great, take long form content, make it into short clips with subtitles, description, all this stuff. Well, now that I'm using vidIQ and Riverside, they both do it. They both make clips for you. I've talked about it before. vidIQ, you can go into their website and do everything from their website, but there's also a plugin on your YouTube page. So when you're in Studio View, YouTube Studio, if you're a YouTube creator, all ears, it'll analyze every little section when you're editing something. It'll go through your content and tell you, okay, here's how you can improve. It's helped me tremendously. I do make thumbnails on there using AI. I've talked a lot about on this channel how I'm conflicted with AI because there's a lot of environmental issues with it. There's a lot of socioeconomic issues tied in with those environmental issues, and there's also just that creative issue of like, will we lose the creative spark? Will AI take over creativity? Well, I'm not using it so much on the creative side. I'm using it on the productivity side to help expedite edits, to help take something that I've edited, maybe long term, like Offie's podcast, for instance. I edited it on Premiere. So I do a combination of Premiere. I'm using After Effects to do the intro, the open intro of the podcast. And then I'll take it into Riverside and kind of put some other elements together. And once it's uploaded to Riverside, it's going to chunk it out into digestible little shorts and things like that. So that's kind of the process. I'm probably gonna cancel my membership to Opus Clip because I should because I don't use it. It's, between vidIQ and Riverside, it's replaced that. And what's also nice about Riverside is you can set the destination of your podcast. It becomes an RSS feed as well. If you're not familiar with that, RSS is the format with which your podcast will be distributed to other platforms. If you have an RSS code of your podcast, it's like a link, but it'll push out to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, and other platforms. iHeartRadio, I think my podcast is on. So if you listen to your podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Audible, go search the Sam Jack Podcast. I'm not a professional. It's on there, and thanks to Riverside, it helps me automate that. And it'll also publish to the podcast playlist on my YouTube channel. So that's just a little insight. And so, yeah, the AI editing, the AI productivity publishing, it'll also write up a blurb about each clip, which is tremendous. So that's just a little bit about that process. But again, why I'm conflicted is AI uses a lot of energy on these huge data centers. It pollutes the water, and it happens to be a lot of times these data centers are in poor Black and brown communities, so it adversely affects them more than affluent white neighborhoods. And also with this environmental, they're using a lot of energy. They got to keep all these data centers cool with air conditioning. That's part of how the water gets polluted. But as the energy gets drawn from the grid, these data centers are using more energy. Well, that puts a strain on that local grid, that local energy grid, right? Well, guess what happens? The rates go up because more energy is being used. But these AI companies have subsidies with the energy companies. So the rates don't go up for these big AI companies, but the rates go up for all the local citizens that live near the data centers. So they're paying. It's like this war in Iran. I don't want to get too political on this vlog because that's not what this is about, but prices are going up with gas because of the war, right? Well, if you're an elite person, a billionaire, a millionaire, whatever, you're probably not paying for your own gas. You probably have drivers and things like this, right? Same thing with the AI centers. You're not paying the extra cost of the extra energy uses. It's getting passed on to the local residents, and that's not fair. That's not cool. So conflicted, but there are also some very good benefits of AI, and maybe I'm being hypocritical or maybe I just shouldn't do it because I need to take a stance and I need to, work with my convictions. So want to hear what you have to say about that. Please comment below. And that does it for this episode of the vlog. Don't forget to like the video, put a comment below, tell me how you think, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when more content comes out. Like this vlog, like the podcast, like thrift store finds, like other great stuff. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace!